What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Canada? Hockey. I'm not your guy friend. The flag. It's so simple, but really nice to look at. Not simple to draw, as a kid. Maple syrup. Same. Also like the maple cookie things. This giant lumberjack man I met in Ottawa who was the most stereotypical Canadian I've ever met. In a 5-minute conversation, we talked about hockey, flannel, syrup, cross-country skiing, moose, and whiskey. And when I say we talked, I mean he talked and then apologized for talking so much. WHISKY*****. Sorry about him. Mention hockey and we go a little nuts sometimes. Poutine. National salad of Canada. Home. Right on. 50% of the word Canada is the letter R. Edit. My most popular comment is about Canada. Geese. Terry Fox. Get goosebumps every time I think about him and his achievements. For me he is the greatest Canadian. Scroll too far for this icon. I immigrated to Canada after having an accident and needing to relearn how to walk. Seeing what Terry Fox did and how it affected people gave me a drive I don't think I would otherwise had. Snow. I'm from here so home. But after that I think about how our biggest theft was $18.7 million worth of maple syrup from a reserve. And we call it the Great Canadian Maple Syrup Heist. Have fun with that tidbit. Meese. They're called mooses. Then red green. Keep your stick on the ice. 2-4. Canadians will know what it means. 2-4 on May 24th as is tradition. Anne of Green Gables. When I firstly read it, for some reason I thought it's somewhere close to England. Then I had access to the internet, googled this island, and couldn't believe when Google Maps threw me on the other side of the world. The Kids in the Hall. Awesome show. As a Canadian I love threads like these, makes me really proud, except that one guy who said Canada doesn't contribute anything to the world. That was pretty rude. Hope that fucker needs insulin one day, so he/she changes his/her mind. Coffee crisp. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling is from Canada as well. The Canadian Rockies. I'm sitting in them right now. Legal weed. 2 years ago it was illegal. Now it's classified as essential during this pandemic. Weird. Maple leaf. Letterkenny. Those hats that the ears fold down. Bob and Doug Mackenzie and the Frantics. Edmonton just put up a Bob and Doug statue. Hoses. Take off. To the Great White North. Mounties. That would be the Royal Mounties, thank you very much. My coworkers. I'm remote from the US and most of my coworkers are Canadian. Rush. Why did I have to scroll this far down before I saw someone mention the Holy Trinity? Macintosh toffee. RIP teeth. I'm Canadian. Best video ever. I'm changing my name to Joe. My mom and I miss her. I'm sorry. I talked to a girl from there and hearing her say that is literally the best thing in the world LMAO. Terrence and Philip. That's because you're a cock-sucking ass-licking uncle fucker. Home. Proud as fuck. Pandemic happened. Watched all the political parties cooperate true to Canadian form. Even prouder as fuck. Sing Standing by Trudeau while also keeping tabs and pushing for certain things really warmed my heart. Good show of solidarity. Even Ford, who I hate, has stepped up to the plate. Honestly have no idea what Scheer is doing, but at this point he rarely counts. The Conservatives in general have been doing fine. Nice people. Going for a rip. Just out for a rip, ah yeah bud. Nova Scotia. That's my home. Geese holding all the anger of an entire country and chasing college students in northeastern Ohio. I may be scarred. I've been to Canada a few times. Halifax is awesome. Everyone seems very chill and relaxed. Definitely a place I wouldn't mind living. Degrassi. Trailer Park Boys. It's shot where I live. Bubbles bought a house off my dad lol. My home and native land. True patriot love. Lay's ketchup chips FFS. I like the old Dutch ketchup chips. Newfoundland. Zambonis. Kim's Convenience. Such an underrated show. The Stratford Shakespeare Festival in Stratford, Ontario. Wonderful theatres, great actors, excellent plays, welcoming bed and breakfasts, lovely restaurants, all nestled in a picturesque town divided by a river. There, I saw a production of To Kill a Mockingbird with an actor playing Atticus Finch so well that you didn't compare him mentally to Gregory Peck until after the play. I saw amazing productions of more than a dozen Shakespeare plays. I saw a performance of Euripides' Trojan Women that tore out my heart, harrowed my soul, and left me utterly silent on the walk back to the B&B, holding my wounded self closely and clutching my agony like a precious jewel. Northumberland, the one and only Ed Lord, may his reign be eternal and prosperous. I was also going to say NL. I'm proud to be Canadian. Woohoo Canada. A home and native land. Bagged milk. While I love the bagged milk, not every region in the country is so lucky to have it. Some 41. Part of me won't agree that the beer doesn't taste like water. Beer is meant to get you drunk, not just make your tongue wet. The tragically hip, RIP. God Downey, edit. Okay guys, I was fucked up last night and autocorrect screwed me over with his name. It's corrected. Pouting. How has that not been adopted by Americans? Fries plus gravy plus cheese curds equals heaven. Whenever I go visit my family in BC, the first thing I get is pouting. Or Tim Hortons. Nardwell Serviette. Toronto Blue Jays. How are ya now? Geese. How many times I've been cut off on US interstates by people with Ontario plates, and how incongruous that is with how kind your Lara's patrons in restaurants. Yeah, I have to say, some of us are speed demons in Canada, but I always find that the cars with US plates are the ones in the fast lane doing the speed limit right beside someone in the slow lane doing the same thing. I found myself passing on the shoulder, only to pepper them with gravel. Yeah, I'm a jerk. I'll admit it, but shit, move over. Sorry, hope I didn't offend you. Music. Rush and the Bare Naked Ladies alone are enough to put Canada on the awesome music map, never mind everyone else. Great Big C. Tragically hip are up there too. Beer and hockey. They are inseparable. All I know of Canada, I learned from Strange Brew. My friend Jack lives in Ontario. Sorry. To me it's Banff National Park, I want to go there so bad. It's on my bucket list. I'm from Southern Ontario and Banff was my first time out west. Showed me a totally different side of my country. It was breathtaking and the people were wonderful. You will love it. The ravens are huge. Mountains. I think out of all the states and countries I've been to, Canada's mountains has to be the best place to be. Home. Beaver. I'm American, and I think of my aunt and uncle who live there, and me family going on vacations to visit them in their beautiful house surrounded by woods, and Canada's Wonderland, best amusement park ever. Also poutine is delicious, and Tim Hortons. The week I spent in a tour, drove from Hollywood to Miami for work in my 20s. First thing my new boss did was send me to Canada for 10 days, but I got the job done on day 1, so had 9 left to kill on the company's dime, drinking, dining, and befriending the local bartenders, walking around a beautiful and mostly empty city, and actually talking my way out of getting jumped by 4 dudes in a parking lot. They really are that polite, even the angry ones apparently. Yes, I started it. I'm convinced that Ottawa is the least happening city in Canada. I stayed downtown